Begin. All right, all right. Good morning, or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Max. So we're going to begin with the theme of this is just full-on dumbbells, okay? So first things first, let's kind of do our traditional warm-up, get things moving around. I suggest grabbing a set of dumbbells. Start light. You can always adjust as the workout progresses. But for the majority of these exercises, they are going to be light. Nice and high, nice and high. Nice deep breaths. Inhale into the nose. Exhale at the mouth. That's kind of the same way that we breathe for all these exercises. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Into your typical squat stance. So for many, it's right outside the shoulder width. About a 10-degree flare on the feet. Keep the shoulders down, brace everything. And start with just baby squats, right? So just a couple of inches. As the set progresses, we'll go a little bit lower. And again, not going too fast here. We're just getting everything well oiled. The reason why we always begin our warm-ups with some sort of leg exercise is because the legs are the biggest muscles in our body. So if we get that moving around, that blood is going to be flowing. Kind of also sets the tone, you know? Not too many people enjoy doing legs just because they're so exhausting. But again, don't be afraid to take the path less traveled. Usually, the harder the exercise is, the more benefits it confers. Good. So at this point, we should be doing full range squats here. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Good. Next, couple of twists here. Again, foot position is kind of wide. We're shifting our shoulders from one side to the other. A nice rotation in that torso. Open up those vertebrae. Woo. Snap, crackle, and pop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Feet at shoulder width position. Slight bend in the knees, shoulders down and back, neutral spine. And this is our Romanian deadlifts. At the point of this, we're retracting the hips, feeling that pull in the hamstrings. We get a nice complement to a squat motion, where in a squat, it's a vertical hip position. Here, it's a horizontal hip position. So bring that butt back, feel that pull, and thrust forward. Bring it back. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Up to the shoulders. Front to back rotations here. Okay? So you're making big circles with those shoulders. Coming forward, coming up, squeezing your ears and back. Just like that. Good. Getting those traps warmed up, getting everything feeling good. Another beautiful day today.
Is here.
Clear blue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. So let's have your hands straight up. And what I want you to do is I want you to practice bringing your shoulder blades up and then bringing them down. Bringing them up, bringing them down. So this is just part of a whole slew of scapular or shoulder blade exercises. What this is going to do, this is going to help to keep those scapula and that shoulder girdle anchored. Okay? Because the whole point is when you're doing a shoulder press, you don't want the entire shoulder girdle to come up. You want it to be down. So the only thing that's moving is just your arms, okay? So let's pretend like we have some dumbbells here. So dumbbells in hand, shoulder blades are down, and just move the arms up, okay? So we don't want them up here. We want them down, anchored. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. Full on range of motion. 3, 2. Keep those shoulders down. And 1. Fantastic. So we went up and down. Now, and then we went kind of all around with those circles. Now the last variation or last movement pattern is simply reaching and then pinching. So scapular retraction is what we call these guys. So again, we're reaching, we're pulling those shoulder blades apart, and then we're bringing them in, almost like pinching the penny, as you'll hear me cue here. So stretching these rhomboids, and then keeping the shoulders down, bringing them back. So the ending position is you're pinching those shoulder blades together like there's a penny in between them, pinching them together. And again, what is the shoulder position? We're not up here. We're down and back. When in doubt, keep the shoulders down and back. It's traditionally universal for every single exercise, even stuff like squats. Back, forward, and back. Beautiful. Okay, let's kind of do some dynamic stuff here. Arms up. A standing march here. Alternate legs. Starting to kind of pick up the pace here. Nice deep breaths with exhaling. 10, 9. Again, try to keep the leg as straight as possible. I know I'm not exactly the best example, so learn from my shortcomings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Next, just like a side to side shift from one leg to the other. Again, just a gentle transfer of weight from one leg to the other. 9. Let's pick it up a little bit. 8, 7, 6. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, beautiful. Shake it up, shake it up. Arms are going to be straight up in the air. Again, shoulder position. You're going to keep them down. And then just a reverse lunge. So pick whatever foot you want to start with. Bring it all the way back. Do a lunge position. And then reverse. And then just simply switch legs here. The reason we're starting off with this, guys, our first circuit, our first working circuit, will include lunges. Okay? Setting a precedent here. The reason why sometimes I like to have my clients hold their hands overhead is so anytime you hold something overhead, it naturally realigns your spine. A lot of people have a tendency to lean forward. And this really shifts that emphasis onto that leg. Digging your foot into the floor, driving off that front foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And you'll notice my hands are starting to kind of trail down a little bit. That's fine. Again, as long as that entire shoulder girdle is down. That's the key here. Just teaching you proper positioning. Very good, very good. Next, basic push-up walkouts. So we start in a standing position, and then we little by little walk out into a push-up, and then walk back. Just warming up the body here. Nothing crazy. One more, then we're gonna drop on all fours here. So I wanna do, good. Now, on all fours, like so, we're gonna do a little cat-cow, okay? So our cat is when we arch the back and we tuck the pelvis in. Kind of, we tuck the pelvis as if you're trying to tuck it into your chin here. So just tucking the pelvis forward, rounding the spine, and then the exact opposite. Round the spine, posteriorly tilt that pelvis, bring that butt back. Almost, you want to create this, this hollow, concave angle with your back. And then round. Really, I mean, in simple terms, all you're doing is just rounding the back and then doing the exact opposite. 1, 2, 3, rounding, and then dipping. 1, 2, 3, rounding. 1, 2, 3, 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 dipping. 1, 2, 3, 3 more, rounding. 1, 2, 3, dipping. 1, 2, 3, rounding. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Good. Standing up, nice and straight. Okay. For our last warm up, so these are called scarecrows. I want you to line up your humerus, kind of your upper arm here, exactly parallel to the floor. Okay, and then rotate it all the way up and all the way down. Start with one arm at a time. Go nice and slow. So the whole point is we're trying to promote a rotation inside that ball and socket joint. We are going to be doing some upper body pushing and pulling. So I want to make sure those shoulders are adequately limber and loose. Again, go at your own pace. If you feel a sharp pain, by all means, don't do this. A little resistance is expected just because we're so tight. You know, we're sitting in front of our books or computers all day. Everything's anteriorly rolling and just years of poor posture. So we're trying to undo some of those. Okay? Nice rotation here. Another thing to watch for, if you feel a lot of grinding, a lot of popping, probably isn't the best exercise for you. Okay? So this is kind of one of those optional ones I've thrown in. I mean, when in doubt, if something causes you pain, don't do it. You're gonna feel kind of this entire shoulder, the entire rotator cuff starting to get loosened up. Woo! I feel it. I hear that rear delt right now. Good. Let's switch arms. Give the action some love here. Forward drop. So see we're at parallel to the floor. Okay, so it's important that the humerus stays parallel to the floor the entire time. You don't want it to drop down here. Side view over here. Coming down. Now you'll notice one shoulder might be tighter than the other. This can be due to previous injuries, surgeries. If you have a dominant, personally, I'm right-handed dominant. I kind of picked up some nicks and bruises to my right shoulder, so it's significantly tighter. That's why it's important that we try to divide the body. Okay, so if you guys are ready, we're gonna begin. Here we go. First exercise number 1. So we're gonna go lower, an upper body pull, and then upper body push. So for our first lower body exercise, it's going to be a 3-point lunge. And by 3 points, we mean start with the right leg, reach forward, basic lunge, boom, to the side, lateral lunge, and then the last one is a reverse lunge. So 3 points. Forward, side, and back. Forward. Now, no weights needed for now. That second round, we're going to include some weights, okay? We'll do 8 reps on this guy. So we're already on like 3. So with that right foot, plant in front of you, drive to the starting line, switch to the other side, boom, driving off. So important to note here, on these first 2 exercises, you are actually using the right foot, you're driving it. On this last one though, you're bringing the right foot back, but it's really the left leg that's working. Bam. we go. 2 more. Right foot front, plant to the floor, drive yourself into starting position. Same thing here. Flaring out to the side, go as low as you can. Nice flat foot, driving off the floor. And back up. That should be 8 for you guys. Good. Let's switch sides. Left leg this time. So set your gaze about 45 degrees in front of you. Place that front foot flat onto the floor. Grip the ground with your toes. Create a nice stable surface and drive. So we really want that ankle and that foot to be nice and strong and really to provide a good foundation from which you can drive and create a nice, powerful movement. So there's a lot of factors that will come into play here as far as your stability. Make sure your shoes, when you're strength training, you want to have the flattest shoes as possible. Really, barefoot is kind of the way to go. But I know some gyms and some places don't condone that type of behavior. They're trying to find a nice flat shoe. The problem is, it's good to have a lot of rebound and cushion when you're running. When you're strength training, it kind of works against you because that foot is constantly moving side to side. And that ankle instability is going to be a lot of power loss. You're shifting back to back. See, nothing crazy here. We've done a heavy dose of lunges and all of our other workouts. Nice staple. Again, only go as low as you feel comfortable. And good. So if you're watching at home, again, 8 reps on each. Good. Next, a little back exercise here, okay? And our back exercise, similar to what we did in the beginning, where we're gonna get in a bent over position, right? We're gonna load the hamstring. From here, again, try to get that butt as far back as you can, so then this way your torso gets as parallel as possible. Grab 2 dumbbells, shoulders down and back, neutral spine. And now I want you to lead with the elbows here. Lead with the elbows and bring those elbows back to the hips. And come down. So inhale. So again, look at the path of the dumbbell. They're almost coming back. They're not coming straight up. The problem, if you bring them straight up, you're going to use a lot of bicep. You want to bring those elbows back. Bring them back. That's going to help recruit a lot of lats and those rhomboids, kind of those scapular muscles that we were talking about earlier. So bring them back, squeeze, pinch the penny, disengage. Bring those elbows back, squeeze, disengage. Your forearm to bicep angle is also very important. When you come straight up like this, anytime the forearm comes closer to your bicep, or really to the upper arm, the humerus, you're using your bicep. If anything, you want this back arm, the lower arm, to just hang there. You see? Look at this angle. It's a nice 90 degrees. Nice 90-degree angle. It's not up here. It's just hanging out. You're just leading with that elbow. Pretend there's like a piece of string that's just tied to your elbow, and then it's being pulled back. Pulled back. Good. Exercise 2. A curl to press. Just like the name suggests, we're going to start off with a curl. It's going to be neutral grip. So we have supinated, neutral, and pronated. We're going to go neutral, like you're banging a hammer. Okay? Arms to the side. Very important. The elbows are glued to the side. They don't move. They don't move up or down. They are fixated right on the side here. Okay. So we're starting just with curls. I'm going to throw in some pizzazz, okay? So as you can see, it's a very short range of motion. Not a lot is required. And that's the thing about the biceps. The only thing they do is they flex the elbow. They bring your hand up to your arm. That's what the bicep is designed to do. So you don't really have to get too crazy and kooky with this. And the elbow joint is fairly simple. Again, the problem is if those elbows come up, look, now the shoulder's involved. And we're not involved in the shoulders just yet. Because when I hit the shoulders, we go into a press, okay? So it's a curl into a press. And again, look at my shoulders. Look at my shoulder girdle. The shoulders are still down. I'm not moving my shoulders all the way up so they're pinching my ears. They're staying down. So it's a curl. Press, down, curl, press. This is a really fun 1-2 combo. It really hits a lot of muscle groups here. The biceps, the triceps when we're pressing. Shoulders are involved. Good. And last one. Beautiful. Good. Here we go. Round 2. Back to those lunges. Now, personal preference. You can hold some dumbbells, or you can continue to go body weight. Personal preference. So here we go. Double time it here. And the dumbbells, you're just kind of holding them out in front of you, like in a crush grip. And this is brutal because we just finished up doing 2 back-to-back upper body exercises. But hey, it's why we're here, to work a little bit. You can earn that breakfast or lunch or snack, as long as it's not donuts or soda. That's wonderful. Rocking it, guys. 3 more. Double time. Bam. Bam. Boom. Working it, working it. Nice. Good. Transition. Shake it off. Left leg. Shoulders down and back. Anchor everything. Here we go. Double time, guys. We're already reaching the half-point mark. You're doing great. Set your gaze on something. Stay focused. You put on some music in the background. Distract you from the torture. I'm working over here. Ooh, good. 2 more, guys. Finish strong. Bam. And nice. Good. Shake it off. Shake it off. Let's get back into our bent over position for the double arm bent over row. Knees slightly bent. Foot position at shoulder width. Shoulders down and back. Brace your torso. Load the hips, bring them down. And you're in your power position. If you're playing shortstop, playing tennis, like this, you're ready to attack. But we want to be just a little bit slightly bent over. And then bringing those elbows back. And I want that definitive squeeze. That is everything here. Especially for the back. The back is such a extensive and broad muscle group, covers an awful lot of surface area. And the thing is, we use it, every single day. Think about it. When you pull your back, you're almost just out of commission for a couple of days. So because of its extensive use through everyday activities, it can be difficult to really create that muscle to mind connection like you can with a bicep. You can feel that thing getting pumped. The back is a little bit different. And that is by design. So again, focus on that muscle to mind connection. Focus on that imagery, whether you want to use that string to come and pull at the end of the elbow or leading with the elbows, pinching at the top. Feel things moving here. Good. Next, the presses here. We're going to start a little bit differently. So start with your dumbbells up here and just focus on these guys where we're bringing the shoulders up and down. So arms are straight. I want you to just move those scapula up and down. Up and down. So the whole point of this is to teach you how to disengage and re-engage them, right? So this is bad, this is good. This is bad, this is good. You have to almost feel what you're not supposed to do, and that will help guide you. But part of working out is understanding. Really, I mean, there's a method to my madness, guys. And the goal is to teach you, to educate you. Exercise is great, but it's counterproductive if you're hurting yourself. Good. Take about 5 seconds. We're going to go just into a straight press, and then we'll include the curls. So here we go. Arms up, straight. Here we go. Keep the shoulders anchored down in a proper position, and just shoulder press here. We're going to start with our hands actually away from you, so towards me. My hands are towards you. Do a total of 10, then we'll switch grips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Next, shift the hands to a neutral grip. Again, like you're hammering a nail. Shoulders down again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it off. Shake it off. And notice how, because of my tight shoulders, I'm not pressing close. I'm having everything out. I'm working within the confines of my body, okay? So play around with hand position. And here we go, last one. Let's hit that curl. But actually, we're gonna go underhand this time. So, underhand curl, and then press. Underhand curl, and then press. So, a side view. So you're not getting a full extension. So curl, and then press. There it is. Woo! Working it, guys. Curl, press. 5 more, guys. Curl it, press it. 3, 2, and last one. Curl, and then press. Good. Shake it off. Shake it off. Take a little swig of water if you need to. All right. Round 2. We gotta speed up a little bit. So our typical squat, right? But again, with an overhead variation. So simply pretend there's something above you, holding a bar or a broomstick, and then simply squat down. So what this does, again, anytime we have something overhead, it's gonna help realign our torso, keep you more straight. Play around with your foot position. You'll get wider or get narrower if you need to. But the whole point is so you don't bend over when you're squatting. Stay nice and upright. Widen the base. If you feel that you're falling forward or if you have pain in your knees, it's probably because that kneecap is shooting over your toe. So what we do is we get out a little bit wider and we flare the feet, anywhere about 45 degrees. And that just changes kind of the kinetics of the movement. It becomes more hip dominant. Especially when you go out wide like that, get that 45-degree angle. You can really feel that groin working. So once you've mastered it, grab a set of dumbbells if you want to. We'll do another 10 more. Dumbbells up. Here we go. Again, anchor those shoulders. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Good. Next, another row variation, only this time we're going to split it in half. So right foot is forward, left foot is back. Now your left foot, get it about 1 to 2 feet out away from you. This way you create a nice center of gravity. Position your hand. This right hand, you can either support yourself using an inanimate object or on your own knee, actually. That's what I'm going to do for demonstration purposes. Again, what is our spine doing? We're not rounded. We're not hyperextended either. We're nice and neutral. Again, elbow, same concept. Bringing that bad boy back, squeezing it, and relax. Again, look at that angle. This lower arm, this forearm, is out of the movement entirely. We're pulling with that elbow, feeling these lats coming back. Remember, everything is coming back. It's not a straight up movement. Look at this poor position. That shoulder's all scrunched up. We want it down and back. 10 to 12 of these. Again, you can replay this workout on your own time with switch feet. I'm kind of rushing through this last circuit here. But typical workout profile, you can do 3 to 5 of any of these circuits. Adjust the weights. If you don't have heavy enough weights, just grab a gallon of water. 3, 2, 1. Good. And the last one of the shoulder press. So notice how it's all, the 3-part series is lower body, upper body pull, upper body push. This last one is called the Arnold press, made famous by the great Austrian bodybuilder himself. So we start like so. So palms towards us. We're going to come out and then press. Down and in. So it's really, it's the act, it's this motion that's novel. And what this does, this kind of the circular motion that helps round off the shoulder. It really brings all 3 heads of the deltoid. Delt is Latin for 3, for Greek, I believe. It's all 3 of those shoulders. So I'm holding dumbbells, I'm coming in, coming out, opening up the chest, and then pressing. So because this is a long movement pattern, breathing can be a little bit tricky, but so inhale as we come here, exhale, and then relax. Inhale, exhale. Again, because of that extended range of motion, we'll have to play around with the breathing, but make sure that you are breathing. You don't want to turn blue like a Smurf. And beautiful. So good. So those are 2 circuits, each with a full body approach. I know we didn't really do abs today, but there's plenty of videos on my website. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Had a blast like always, and please feel free and reach out if you have comments, suggestions. I'm here for you guys.
Thanks, Maxim.
My pleasure.